Hello, all you space cats out there. This is Mitch Miller, host of the Black Hole Podcast, and this is season 4 that I'm going to call Tech Startup Alma Voter. Alma Voter is the name of the platform I want to launch. Put Periscope platform on a back burner for now, and I really think I'm going to put my money and my focus on this one. This is the one that's going to hopefully take off. So get your notepads ready. Get your Word document, word processor open. I'm going to read the documents that I wrote in the description of this platform and the LLC founding document for you. Type it down and start it on your own platform or your own. Yeah, here we go. It can be found. It's all up on my website, almavoter.com. That's ALMAVOTER.com. It won't open on my Cricket iPhone, but it opens on Wi-Fi. So here we go. Alma Voter Internet Platform. What if you could use a portion of the advertising dollars spent on a university's students and alumni to subsidize tuition for current students? That is the concept behind Alma Voter. In addition to tapping into our consumer value, we also want to make all higher education institutions controlled by their students, faculty, staff, and alumni through direct democracy. Our focus is to begin with a transition at the University of Pittsburgh, where we can create a network of support for other universities to transition in a similar manner. The first step in this process is to develop an internet platform upon which students, faculty, staff, and alumni can verify their status with the University of Pittsburgh and create an account. This platform will allow for administration to host podcasts about their daily duties and issues the university faces. It will allow all account holders to vote on different decisions the university must make. Another important use for the platform is to decide how certain research will be used. If the university develops a life-saving medication or procedure, the students and alumni can vote on how that development will be released. The idea is to offer these treatments at low cost or for free, rather than allowing pharmaceutical companies or other industry to reap huge profits from research that was done by a partially public university. Once the students, staff, faculty, and alumni are organized using the platform, we will begin to negotiate with the university to allow it to be governed entirely through direct democracy. Account holders will be able to vote on what companies can advertise on the platform, and a percentage of advertising money will go to subsidizing the tuition of the current student body. Alma Voter will be a totally transparent company separate from the university. The breakdown of the profit received through Alma Voter is as follows. 40% of profit goes towards reinvestment in the company. 30% of profit goes to subsidizing the tuition of every student at the University of Pittsburgh. 30% of profit goes to the founders of Alma Voter. Our goal at Alma Voter is to vote on these percentages each year so that the percentage that goes to current students increases year after year. Once we have an accurate idea of the number of account holders there will be for a university the size of Pitt, we will be transparent with the actual cost of supporting the platform so that the percent of profit used for reinvestment can be brought down year after year. When we have a solid dollar amount to operate the platform and most of the features that would be offered for the platform have been developed, we can also vote on the percentage that go to the founders of the platform. It is understood that the founders are accepting a percentage at first, as there is little startup money to offer them a salary. As the platform progresses, the voters will decide a fair salary for the founders, and their percentage share will be decreased incrementally over as many years as the account holders think fair. The Alma Voter platform will establish its own electronic currency called Bitcoin to account for tuition subsidies. Each active student will be able to see in their account how much Bitcoin they have accrued to be used only for tuition at the University of Pittsburgh. Alma Voter will have to pay business taxes on the 30% profit reserved for tuition reimbursement, and students will be able to see their share pre-tax and post-tax on their account. This is an effort to encourage students to write their lawmakers to allow at least their share of profit in Alma Voter to be tax-free. Part of our negotiations with the University of Pittsburgh will be for them to allow transparency so that account holders can understand exactly how the university functions. To aid in this goal, student journalists will be voted on by the student body to interview employees and researchers at the university. These student journalists will be paid in Bitcoin, and readers of their articles will be able to vote on how much Bitcoin they should receive for their article. The money distributed to student journalists will come from an even split between the 30% for student tuition and 30% for the founders. Therefore, the student body and the founders will be able to vote on to set limits on how much Bitcoin can be offered to a student journalist per article. Alumni will be required to pay yearly dues of $20 to use the Alma Voter platform. The purpose of this is to aid in negotiations with the university by showing how much revenue can be generated from the alumni, which could eventually be used by the university if they cooperate. This may also cause the university to pay attention to all alumni rather than pandering to only big donors. Alumni dues will be kept separate from other monies in the company and will be used for two purposes. The first use of the alumni dues is to pay for a charity to be operated using the platform and direct democracy. All account holders will vote on one charity for the University of Pittsburgh to partner with. Alumni dues will be used to pay for the cost of operating that charity in a way in which all donors vote on major decisions using our platform. If every university in the nation partners with a charity in this way, we can have all charities being operated by all donors, no matter how small. This would solve the problem of some charities being tax havens for the ultra-wealthy. The second use of alumni dues is to pay for security on our site. All remaining money not spent on the charity will be used for security for the account holders. Additional money for security may be taken from the operating budget, which will be voted on by account holders. So to reiterate, Alma Voter account holders will be able to vote on major decisions within the Alma Voter company. As the University of Pittsburgh transitions to a direct democracy model, Alma Voter account holders will be able to vote on decisions within the university. Eventually, Alma Voter account holders will be able to vote on who can advertise to them on the platform. Finally, if an Alma Voter account holder gives any amount to our partner charity, they will be able to vote on general decisions within that charity. So that's the description. It's up on almavoter.com, and I release the copyright to that description and the copyright to the LLC operating document I'm about to read. I release the copyright both in the U.S. and worldwide. If you want your university to function through direct democracy and subsidized tuition under a capitalistic model, go ahead and write this up or start a website like I did and see if you can find the people to create it for you. Here's the Alma Voter LLC operating document. This is a temporary operating document for the formation of an LLC named Alma Voter. Mitchell Miller is forming this LLC and is the first member of the founders class. Other people who can create the Alma Voter internet platform will join Mitch in the founding class and may be listed on this document or the founding document when this company reorganizes. The Alma Voter company is owned by Mitch Miller until the company grows in size and scope to reorganize into a different legal entity. The goal is that the company will be owned by the actively enrolled student body of the University of Pittsburgh. Once the company is established, we will reorganize into an entity that allows for this type of ownership. The founders will create a platform on which account holders can vote on major decisions within the company. Until this platform is functional, Mitchell Miller and the founders class will steer the company and make decisions based on a majority vote within the founders class. The founders class will try to pull the account holder class using existing social media platforms on any major decisions within the company. The account holder class is the actively enrolled student body of the University of Pittsburgh, the alumni of the University of Pittsburgh, faculty of the University of Pittsburgh, and staff of the University of Pittsburgh. The account holder class has no obligation to the Alma Voter company and can vote by choice in some or all of the decisions. A breakdown of the profit share is as follows. 40% of profit will be reinvested into the company. 30% of profit will be split evenly among the members of the founders class. 30% of profit will be held in an account designed to be dispersed evenly to actively enrolled students at the University of Pittsburgh. All donations made to Mitchell Miller specifically for this project will be used in the startup and operation of the Alma Voter Company. Revenue generated by the alumni dues system will be held separately and be used for the operation of a similar online platform for a partner charity. Any remaining monies from the alumni dues not spent on the partner charity will be used for the security of the Alma Voter online platform. So there you have it. That's my new project. That's Alma Voter. And I read it right off of a smart device with the website up. So you can get that. You can try to start a website or reach out to people in the computer science field. That's my next step. I am going to post on a social media platform a post summarizing this more precisely or more briefly and directing people to this website. My goal is to find actively enrolled University of Pittsburgh students to help build this thing, or grad students, and also maybe some alumni that can help be in the founders class. So it'll start as a student, grad student, and alumni project. I'm an alumni from the University of Pittsburgh, if you wondered. That's why I chose this university. And I think it's a good thing. I think it takes capitalism and shows us how we can subsidize higher education, bring down the tuition costs. Because let's face it, companies want to market to educated people that tend to have more share of the economy. So, and that's it. I tried to do the Periscope platform that brought transparency to the political process, and also has a future market in the corporate sector. But apparently people just aren't interested in bringing transparency to these sectors. They're happy with rich people making every decision for them, making every law for them, giving them every product through a corporate structure and corporate decision making, which isn't transparent. There's corruption. I'm not saying that every rich person is corrupt. That's not true. But there's more chance for corruption if you don't have safeguards. And why aren't we using technology to make things more transparent? I'm not saying everyone's going to listen to everyone's podcast, every administrator in the University of Pittsburgh's podcast, but watchdog companies can summarize it for you. And we can have a media that can summarize these podcasts and things like that and give you bullet points so that you can make better decisions when you vote on the process. So that didn't work. So I figure let's prove this. Let's reach out to the educated people, the people who went to college. And again, this is people will prove that direct democracy can work. I don't know if this statistic's true or not, but I've seen something along the lines of the endowments of all the Ivy League schools could pay for the entire tuition of the country, or pay all the student loan debt and all the tuition of the country, of the United States. I don't know if that's true. That's just the statistics I saw floating around, probably on social media. But hey, to the Ivy League schools, why don't you adopt this? Why don't you help me? Why don't you help me do this? I mean, you can teach a college or you can give a college population fish, but next academic cycle they're going to be hungry. Or you can teach a college population to fish, and they'll never go hungry again. So this is where your endowment money should go, is developing this on a nationwide level. So I don't think a company like Facebook or Amazon should be responsible for the operation of every higher education institution in the United States. So that's not what I'm proposing. I'm not trying to build an Alma Voter company that has a generic platform for every university and that can be manipulated just as well. It's a power structure. I want every university to start from scratch like I am, and I want to keep this podcast going to show a model of how this is going to work. And, if I can offer support to other universities and in return they offer a 1% fee or something like that, if we can kind of help them and guide them and even offer them technological aspects, that's fine. If not, we'll just be loosely affiliated. Maybe we can exchange or trade goods in some way or some manner, and that's fine. I don't think one umbrella company should be responsible for it should all be individual universities, colleges, higher education, and this can be technical schools too. We don't want to leave them out. So that's the platform. That's what I'm going for. I'll try to update at least once a month. I might do another one before a month. Probably in the next couple weeks, I'm going to put that post on a social media platform and put it out there. So thanks for listening to the Black Hole Podcast. I'll try to keep it brief. I know I might lose people, but that's the platform. It's a transition for the University of Pittsburgh to be governed by direct democracy and to use the money that businesses would use advertising to our alumni and our students, using that money to bring down the tuition costs of the active, currently enrolled student body, both undergrads and graduate students. So that's the idea. These politicians are never going to give us free education free higher education in this country. I doubt they're going to do it. So we got to do it ourselves. Let's use our buying power to take control of your school. Thanks for listening. This was the Black Hole Podcast, and tune in next time. Mitch Miller signing off.